Okay, so I have watched this video already, and this is a great shot right here because we got. I'm not sure if that's the company name or if that's a sticker back there. That is the company name of the developers who created the game, of course. But this helmet, as you see, is decorated with the stickers, which is pretty cool. And I like to get to work. We got the construction simulator symbol right there. This is good job. I don't know why it's got the arrow pointing up, but okay, just filler. And then back here it says Weltenbauer. And I can't really make out what that lettering is right there. But I'm wondering if that's also a sticker. It's even got their squares as well. I'm wondering if that's also a sticker that's on the helmet. Because if it is, I'm totally down for that. Or if the company name, if your construction company name, when you create it and you have the sticker DLC, if it puts the name back there for you. I don't know. That'd be cool. Okay, Kirk Northrup. He played about an hour and a half and got 2% done. That means that this game has a lot of content to do. I mean, you're getting 100 hours out of this game if this is an average. But you got to think, when you get into those later missions, especially if you're doing them alone, sometimes they take me like 5 to 6 hours to get finished. And I can imagine, you know, maybe 50% of this game is going to be taking you about 100 hours if you're taking your time, if you're not speeding it. And then the next 50% of this game is probably going to take you another 200 hours. So you might have 300 or 400 hours worth of gameplay before you start to go, okay, what's next? And by then we should see the DLC 1 if we're not already into DLC 2. And that's another, who knows how many, 50 hours or, you know, 25 hours more gameplay. Who knows, maybe even more than that, maybe 100 hours more of that gameplay. Who knows? I like this shot here of this gameplay footage. And we also see the IGN subscribe button that I'm not trying to show. Thank you. Get off my screen. This is the new speedometer. The odometer, speedometer. Looks like your gas gauge is here. Your maintenance gauge is here, which I was very happy to see that they added this to the game. I'm wondering if this just fills up to your speed. I'm not seeing anything. Maybe, oh, I see. The yellow one here, of course, is the capacity of your vehicle. So this yellow bar here, if this is full right now, this is also going to be full. But this yellow bar is empty. So I'm guessing the white line is just for the speedometer, just kind of as a filler piece right here since you got the gas and everything. That's cool. So the maintenance here, I'm not sure how the maintenance thing works, if your vehicle starts to not respond to you properly, if it's way down here in the red, or if it's just an extremely expensive charge to your bank. I wonder what the green is going to signify in the game. I know we did see in one of the trailers there was soil on the vehicles, and I'm sure that that also has to do with this maintenance bar here. And the gasoline, I'm wondering, I think that's a cool thing. I'm so glad to see that. We were all talking about that leading up to the game's launch date. Gasoline, I'm wondering if it's actually going to affect you or if it's just another monetary management system that's just added in here. Like, oh, I ran out of gas, but I can still drive to the gas station, and it's just going to charge me a lot more to fill it up. Or I ran out of gas and now the vehicle can't move. How are you going to get gas to it? That's when they should add a little gas truck or something. And I know people have talked about that too. But I'm wondering, if you run out of gas, is your vehicle incapable to move? What do you do? I mean, how do you even get it down to a trailer to get it out of there? And then you're thinking, well, I'm going to have to teleport it. And you got to wonder about the people who maybe want a more realistic sim experience. But I guess at that point, you just got to compare apples to apples. Like, are you really going to break the game over that one small detail? So the gas is really cool. I'm glad to see that. It looks like also in here, we've got different functions. So he must be playing on the PlayStation or the Xbox. I didn't quite... Oh, no, he's playing on the PC. Okay, but we've got the functions right in here in this odometer as well. Speedometer, odometer. We should call this functionometer. It's official. This is the functionometer down here. So the functionometer has 3 different functions in it, as well as your speed, the capacity of your dump truck or cement truck, or concrete pump, or whatever you're using, your gas, and your maintenance. And as these things dwindle, your vehicle starts to suffer, and so does your bank account. Got it. A PC with an Xbox controller or a PC with a PlayStation controller, you're going to have to be able to cycle through these just like the people do on a console. So I'm assuming console players will either have to hit a bumper. It looks like there's also GPS set up. Finally, there's GPS on the map, guys. You were playing CS2, CS3, didn't have GPS lines on your map. You would set a marker, but there was no GPS lines, so you would just kind of drive vaguely towards this carrot, as some of them call in the industry. Now they finally brought back the map marker and also GPS marker. It looks like with meters away as well, so 562 meters away from his from the gravel plant. And I'm wondering, oh, is this the gas station? And I wonder why there's a cone there too. Do you think maybe the cones in the game represent like construction sites that you have to fix? Like maybe there's a cone there and it's like road refurbishment job, and so you drive up to that little cone and maybe there's a highlighted pad that you drive onto, or like a little marker that you just press and hold A or whatever it was in Xbox. I think it was like press and hold X to activate the contract, and then boom, the contract started and you can just bring your vehicles over or have your vehicles pull up ahead of time. Have everything staged and then walk up and accept the contract and then just start getting to work. Like the theme would say, get to work. If that's the case, that's pretty cool. So you just drive up to these and start a contract. That would be pretty cool. The graphics look so good. Watch the smoke coming out of the pipe of this vehicle here.
Pipe and compacting some gravel in a parking lot. You might not expect.
So it's low emissions. It's not like smoky like they used to have back in the day, but you can still see the heat coming out of the engine from the exhaust. I'm really, really curious, guys, about this gas thing. If you run out of gas, is your vehicle stuck? I don't know. I want to find out. We do have a pretty cool feature coming in the future. I can tell just by the way that this soil tried to move. Watch.
But
see how these little balls are popping up right here. These balls of soil, but they're popping straight up instead of just kind of manifesting or spawning and then falling down like they should, as they're trying to. As they fall into this, you see how it turns into all kinds of smaller rubble, smaller rocks and dirt. The construction sim that are following after this one, guys, should be insane.
Like many good simulation games, it's oddly satisfying to see the fruits of your.
That soil, the way it moved, looked pretty good until a certain point. Let's see here. Gameplay video.
Staken. Like many.
I'm going to silence this guy because I don't need him suing me either. I don't make any money on this channel. You get me for nickels and dimes, dude. Alright, so this is filling up, of course. Look at how deep he got, too. I mean, it was like just, that bucket should be hella full right by now. Oh, it is. Look, okay, see, yeah. Alright, so I see one issue people are having right now with the soil is the way that it kind of I don't know, I don't want to say it flares up, but I think it bunches up. And I know that's a part of the soil dynamics that they have set up for the game, especially with the bulldozers, how we were just discussing. They're trying to get that effect of the soil coming to the top, turning into like chunks of soil, chunks of dirt, and rolling over itself as it's getting pushed in. The same thing that's doing that for the soil being pushed is doing it for the soil being dug. So the soil starts to pile up instead of just staying in a flat or filling. And it looks kind of weird, but personally, I don't mind. It doesn't bother me. But I've heard the complaint, and I'm always curious to understand the other side of the argument. See, like this would be fine, but it's also the soil is predicting that it's going to be scooped. So it's already getting into a position where it's filling his bucket before being touched by anything. And now that the bucket's being turned up, of course the soil density in the game right here starts to pile up, so it moves that soil up. But look at all this, like, look at how this all crumbles away. That looks so cool. This all crumbles away. There's like sand pouring in here. There's dust coming out at the same time. Look at this, like crumbling away. The soil's falling in there. Yeah, that's cool. Looks really good. Really, I'm gonna have to say this right now, guys. Construction Simulator is turning out to look like something very promising. The hardcore sim fans may have an issue with the game. The casuals, like the filthy casuals, like myself, filthy casual for sure, they're going to enjoy the game. There are some things we're going to have to address, of course. The soil, the way it moves, may be a huge cry for people. I think that may be one of the most cried about things. And maybe tire texture might be something that people complain about. I know the biggest thing that we're going to hear is mods. Post-launch mods. Mods. People are going to be crying for that and asking for it and begging and pleading. So I believe that the developers, after they've finished with everything, we could definitely see a transition towards modding support. But guys, you're going to have to remember that after this game launches, the developers are going to be spending from, let's say, September 20th to December 20th keeping up with bug reports and lost files and my game didn't download. I mean, they're going to be handling that for 3 months, and it's going to be insane for them. So give them a break. Let's do our best to support the game, though. We all need to do our best to support the game. Don't shoot it down. Constructive criticism only. Suggestions are much better than slander. For me, the game is starting off as a fresh slate. They called it Construction Simulator for a reason. It's a fresh slate for the developers so that going forward, they can build off of this. Construction Simulator 2015 was 2015. It was its own engine. It's its own game. It's always going to have a place in our hearts because that was a game that got all of us into this. You know, some of us might have started in CS2, but the majority of the PC players, I guarantee you, started off with CS 2015. To finally have the opportunity to play again on PC a new Construction Simulator, a real new Construction Simulator, we've got plenty of opportunities for more Construction Simulators following this one, and each one's going to get better. I personally can't wait for Construction Simulator Crane Hook. That's going to be my favorite one. It's not going to take them 8 years this time to make a follow-up game. The most that it might take for us to see a follow-up to this version, guys, is probably going to be 5 years at the most. 3 years if I really am being eager, but 5 years would probably be very comfortable for them to release a new game. Consim 2022, as we're all going to call it from now on, should be an excellent game, and I'm very excited for everyone to play it. And that's it for me, guys. Leave your comments in the comments below where they go. Just put them there. You know, you take the comments away, you have to put them back. So put your comments back in the comment section where they go. And I will see you all in the next one. This is Grey Wolf from Grey Wolf Construction, signing out.